How's it going, everybody? I have a little bit of a different background, a little bit of different lighting. I'm actually in Tom's living room right now. So, this is technically speaking our first in person podcast. And on the same note, we have our second guest ever. If you're in a Facebook group, you might be familiar with him, our friend Nathan Heedy. The reason why we actually brought him on, he runs his own company helping out people with sports card called the Cardcierge, and he's going to be with us for the entire podcast. So let's get to know him a little bit before we get to our main topics of the night. Nathan, how are we doing, man?
Doing all right, doing good.
How's everybody else doing?
Taylor, man, another action-packed show. Gilly's got tons and tons for us to go over this one. No show last week. So we got a little bit of stuff to make up on. Nation, we got some monster breaks, flawless baseball. We've got Spectra pre-fills
I'll be
coming for
ripping it.
tomorrow. So let's freaking go, man. I'm relaxing. What are you doing, Gilly? You got to tell them what happened last night, bro. I know it was painful at the end, but our boy Danny the Danish had himself a shot at a 300 last night.
Oh,
Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
to bring that
Front
up.
nine all the way there, and then had a little issue in the 10th. 275 still, bro. Fire game.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were talking about LeBron getting injured for a second. I was like, wait. I was like, what are you talking about? We said our boy. I
I'm a Cavs
was like,
fan,
wait,
bro. I
what?
forgot. I don't care about LeBron no more, bro.
No, so I get that. So I get that. All right, so we're gonna go into the interview portion of this. So Nathan, what exactly is the Concierge to let more people know about it?
So basically, what it is it's me helping other people get involved in the hobby. It's it's myself collecting. It's I do a lot of grading. Last summer basically it launched from having people come to me that I know in different communities I'm in, whether it's family or out. We have a place at the lake in Kentucky, and people were vacationing with us, and they're like, "Hey, we hear you can get some cards. Can you get my kids some?" And Ellie gave him a Cruz rookie, and it was a $50 rookie, and they're paying me $150 to get it for them cash. Like, they're like, here, we don't know how to do it. We don't want to, we don't have the time. My son wants it for his birthday. Can you hook it up? And it was just like, and I remember like walking in, I even said to my wife, I'm like, I got paid to help someone meet their card needs. Like, isn't that crazy? And then it just kind of went like, whoa, wait a minute. It's like a concierge, helping someone, as a host. Like, I'm basically helping people understand the hobby, and then at the same time, then I get to enjoy it as well. So, and there's a Tony Harris who's is in our group. He's bought from time to time. He's my co-partner, so we've been friends forever. And I pitched this idea to him, and he was like experiencing the same stuff. So we basically just got into it together. And so he's up in Ohio, I'm down in Tennessee, and we do a lot of shows. We do a lot of uh, groups with people. We meet different people, doing grading and stuff. So we kind of partner from afar, but also, we spread, conquer and divide kind of deal.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, no, that's definitely awesome for sure, especially the conquer and divide, just so you can get multiple people from multiple places. Yeah, no, that's definitely a sick, cool business idea. Get more people into the hobby and such and all that. So also, I know you happen to run card shows out in your own area. What made you want to start getting into that as well?
So I'm close to Nashville. So they have a lot of shows and some pretty good shows. We have a big one right now. It's got 700, tables this weekend, but we're an hour away. So a lot of our local community, right, we're kind of out, kind of off the beaten path. People got tired of driving there. And when you got like, we started realizing there's a lot of people in this rural area that loves cards. And so a buddy of mine I met, we started talking about this. So why don't we just try to start our own? We knew there was a community. We knew there was a lot of kids that were coming into this new card shop that was in town. And so we just said, let's try it. And the church that I pastor a church, actually, a small little church. And so we had this space that was empty, on the weekend. So we said, why don't we take over the church? We'll see if we can get 30 tables to fill. And we sold out in 2 weeks. And we've had two shows, and we've averaged 70 tables a show. And it's Pokemon collectibles and sports cards. And those two shows blew up. And we're signing a contract next week with a big middle school here to get their entire gym for the rest of the year. Like, basically
That's
every
awesome.
month we get their gym, and we're at some point we're going to be able to fit 160 tables in there. And within 2 months, we already have 70 vendors on our list. They're driving from Clarksville, Tennessee, which is 2 hours away, Knoxville, Nashville. They're coming from all over the state for these shows. And it was just two guys. It's like, hey, this hobby's big here. There's a lot of families and kids that would want to come. There's a lot of dealers, and these dealers are driving because they're kind of tired of the same, same thing over and over and over. And they want to meet new people, and they're doing great. Like they said, our show, all the dealers are saying they're making more money and more connection here than some of the other ones because it's something new and fresh. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thanks. I mean, it's a
no,
lot
definitely.
of fun.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. If I'm down there anytime, I 100% have to come check it out. So yeah, no, that's awesome. Good for you, man. And also, what got you originally into collecting cards?
So I mean,
and eventually into breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I collected cards as a kid, right? I mean, like a lot of us in the 80s and 90s, big time, Griffey. I grew up in St. Louis. I was a big McGuire guy, like Cardinals. So we were always trying to get all the big names, big basketball guy, football. And then, got married, had kids, got out of the hobby like many people. And then COVID hit. And I actually was ill for about 2 years. They didn't know what I had. Thought I even had ALS at one point. So I was basically homebound during COVID. And of course they didn't want me to get COVID. So I had to kind of hide out for a while. And I just got on. I found you guys on here. I found a couple break rooms that I really enjoyed and became like family, and just started breaking, and then kind of got back into the hobby through that. But I mean, if it wasn't for, and of course, I spent money. My wife were like, man, you're spending a little too much. But even she said like, hey, this hobby's helping you. Like she saw that it was really helping, keeping me positive. And so through that, it's just kind of taken off, and then gotten back into trading and selling and all kinds of stuff. So
that's awesome that like even in a low point in your life, you're able to find the hobby community, and it was there, treat it like a family. That's just awesome. I love hearing stories like that. It's great for the hobby, man. It's really great for the hobby.
Oh, it is. And that's what it's about, right? I mean, obviously we make money, and we have, there's some big hits we can hit, but I mean, I gotta look at our break rooms as community. Like, it's funny. I've never met you guys in person. I've been across the country from almost everybody here, but it's funny. You feel like these people. Like when you guys had Sal on, it was like, hey, Sal's on. I mean, it's like our friends, and we don't even know each other really, but we do through this, right? So
yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you're in contact with these people daily. You make new connections. You make new friends. It's actually literally insane. Like I know Sal and Todd, they're like this. They're like really good friends. Also Nick Brooks too. Like they're good friends. They talk to each other all the time. They trade like their specific like cards that they PC. It's just an awesome community. There's so much positive to it, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. One thing I would add too is one of the things that I've been able to do is a lot of my buddies from college and growing up that have been out of the hobby for so long, they've been watching this. It's like they've been watching the Cardcierge blow up, and the stuff online. They see some of the stuff I get in breaks, and they're asking questions. So I've actually been kind of teaching my friends how to get back in it. And then I'm helping them buy cards for their kids. One of my best friends, like I buy cards for him and then grade them. And then he's been learning it. So now he's buying his own cards, sending them to me. I grade them, and I'm going to send him a package tomorrow for him and his 8-year-old boy. Like they're eating up with it. Like, so now it's a dad with his son, and I kind of helped teach them how to get back in it. And now they're killing it on their own. Like,
that's awesome.
And then I grade, and then I sell stuff for them. And so I make money for myself, but I make money for other clients too. So I'm like a broker in that way too. And then once they're ready, it's like taking the training wheels off, and then they're doing it on their own. So that's another aspect of the business that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely fulfilling too on your end.
Right, exactly.
All right. So my next question is, what is your favorite card that's in your PC right now?
Oh man. It's kind of tricky because I've actually sold some PC cards I thought I'd never sell. So I'd say right now, just kind of my favorite, because I graded this, is CJ Stroud Red Wave.
Ooh, that's nice.
And that was, I traded with a 13-year-old kid at our first show, and the kid kind of got one in. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Jalen Waddle RPA I got off you guys, the hit parade. And the kid's like, I'll give you this raw, and the comps look good. And then when he left the table, I realized he had got me by about $30. And I'm like, that's okay, I'll grade it. And it gemmed. So now it's $500-600 card. So that's that one, and then Gilly knows this. See if I can find a picture, but I have a Chet Holmgren 1 of 1 gold vinyl
Yo.
auto that I've been trying to sell. We've been going back and forth with people. I maybe turned down a little too much at one point, but it's okay. We've been negotiating around the $20,000 range. So, but that card is insane. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. Just to, and I love Chet. I'm a big Oklahoma City guy. So that's probably my favorite card I own now. But I love that Stroud because I got a deal and I graded it and it turned out pretty good. So
yeah, that's like the little sidebar, right? Like that Chet Holmgren, that's like not fully life-changing money, but it's definitely situation-changing money. Like, the 10 grand in credit card debt you racked up buying cards, now you can pay it off, right? And
it
start doing it
parades, let me tell you. And I would tell you, my wife, like, I got the NBA package this year just to watch Chet, like, because every night we're watching, make sure he didn't get hurt. And my wife knows nothing about NBA. She hates basketball. She comes in and she goes, "How's our boy doing?" And I'm like, "What boy?" She's like, "What do you mean, what boy? The $20,000?" Like, because she told me, like, after hoping to get more at National, and just I didn't realize how crazy National is last summer. And she basically just said, "Because if you don't sell this, I'm going to kill you." so it's actually kind of put a real cool vibe between us of just kind of keeping up with it, and like you said, it'll pay off a lot of stuff and kind of set me up for my business too. So
Oh yeah, 100%. So the last question is, what is your favorite card that we pulled for you?
Oh man, yeah, that's a tough one.
I know it's a tough one. I hit you with
for
that.
a moment. Because there for a while, I mean, I've hit good cards, but the hit parade, I went like 2 months without a hit parade. And you pulled the first one you guys hit for me was the Brock Purdy auto. So that was like kind of a great way to get off Schneid there. But I would say now it's like, let me see. I'd say, I don't know. I'd say the Patrick Mahomes downtown was pretty awesome.
You got a Josh Allen downtown coming your way too.
Do what?
You just got the Josh Allen coming your way too.
And the Josh Allen, right. So I got to say one card, though, that I did not hit, and I know Tom and I talked about this, it's been a couple of years, but when Mac Jones came out, if you remember the craze with Mosaic, and you guys were running one boxers, and it was $75 for the Patriots, and no one had bought, like, you couldn't get the Patriots. Like, you had some guys that were getting them snap fill, and they were there for a minute, and I kept debating because I didn't have the money, but I was like, okay, do I spend the money I don't have? But I just felt like he was going to hit, and it was the green. You
swirl.
You remember that?
The FOTL exclusive swirl, yeah.
And I wrote you, and I said, I don't want to know how much do I? And you're like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
See, now I'm like, oh, okay, it's
The crazy part is, who hit that card? Was the same kid that hit the Black Fionite 1 of 1 and sold it for $100K. Same guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
See,
it was the first break
that.
he had jumped in with us for like a year and a half, and he was like, you know what, heck with it. Jumped in and bam, and then that was it. It skipped town. I think when he graded it ended up coming back a 9.
Okay.
Mosaic's always known for its surface, but I think he still got it at that point. I mean, he quick sold it. I think he got probably 5, 6, 7 grand for it at that point.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
But it made me, but that's why when you guys said the other day, like, I pay a lot of attention, almost too much attention to the hit parade. It's because I don't want to screw up again. Like, I don't want to miss that hit. So it's, it's hit or miss. It's fun. It's the risk of it. It's the gamble, and it feels good when you hit something big. So
he's the hit parade whisperer, nation. Hit him up in the DMs. He'll tell you, he'll give you his secret sauce. Just don't touch his teams.
So. Yeah, I know. I know he hit the Justin Jefferson case hit just by taking his number. Random.
I actually did that twice. That was totally random, like that. And then I did it. I think it was Jordan Love was the second one, because you're like, did you just do that again? I'm like, it did, but it did not work with a couple Josh Allens, and it kind of ran out for a while. But that's all right.
Yeah.
Yo, Todd, what's up, brother? How we doing? We gotta get you on the podcast too. We gotta get you on the podcast soon, brother. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to do a guest a month. I feel like that'd be fun. Guest a month. All right, but now that we got to know a little bit more about Nathan and his company, I hope you guys go and check him out. He's a real solid dude, and if you ever want to trade cards or sell with him, I personally dealt with him, and a lot of other people have personally dealt with him. Real good dude, legit, has my full support.
Appreciate it, and you guys are great people too. So,
all right, so into our first topic. SGC has been officially acquired by Collectors, which owns PSA. And we have an official statement as well from the SGC CEO, Peter Steinberg, and we're going to roll the clip for that right now. All right. I think CK stepped away from the computer. Oh, no, he's actually rolling the clip right now. My bad. Got a little crazy.
Lasting impact on the entire trading card community. Today, we announce something that we firmly believe will make SGC, our supporters, and the hobby as a whole even stronger moving forward. Collectors, the global leader in authentication, grading, and collection management products and services, has officially acquired SGC and welcomed us in its family of industry-leading brands. To be clear, SGC will remain an independent grading brand and no changes are contemplated. Joining forces with the Collectors team will allow SGC to double down on our strengths while greatly enhancing our capabilities to innovate and modernize our offerings moving forward. Our customer service, turnaround time, grading standards, and deep commitment to the community that we serve will not be changing. Rather, we will be building upon these pillars even further. With the resources and expertise of Collectors behind us, the sky is truly the limit as to what SGC can achieve, and I am so excited to say that there has never been a better time to be collecting and grading with SGC. I want to thank the Collectors team for putting their faith behind SGC and our passionate community of collectors, and I want to thank my team for the outstanding work that all of you have done. We never dreamed the journey would take us this far, but on a day like today, it is very clear that at SGC, we're still only getting started. Thank you all so much, and you'll be hearing from us again very soon.
All right, yeah. So as you guys heard from Peter himself, it seems like everything at SGC is not going to change. If anything, it's going to get better. And as well, he says something about the same company that PSA uses from Collectors. They're going to use it at SGC to for any counterfeit cards, which in the long run is going to be good. Hopefully, this means we're going to see an uptick and spike in SGC slabs, which is going to be cool. But shout out to Cage Lawyer for now because I made a video very early in the morning, messing up everything. Don't know if everyone saw that.
That was great.
So, all right. So here's the accurate information. They're buying them, and now Collectors is going to have over 80% of the market share with slabs. Over 80%, not 80%. Shout out to Cage Lawyer. I hope to get you on the podcast soon. But yeah, no, for sure. I am super excited about what SGC's been doing. If you guys have been watching the podcast, I have been very high on SGC for a long time.
He has been, man. This is that, man. Maybe get some more symmetry as far as value, right? A slab's a slab. It's still cryogenically frozen and locked in there. Your card's as safe as it can be inside of the case. And to each their own, right? Like some people want the dark black slabs from SGC. Take Gilly because the slab is okay, the quick turnaround, It's not clunky like a Beckett slab, but it's not a PSA slab. It's the same thing, right? I've seen more, at least recently, more like symmetry and SGC's grading standards. You've seen PSA getting all over the place on some of these cards. Cards coming back 5s and 6s that you see no damage to. But SGC seems to be good with that. Their turnaround time's awesome. So they can keep all that stuff in play and maybe, like you said, bring the value of the slabs up a scotch, because it's like it's the same company. It's just a different slab now, right? Like, that should help some SGC slabs. So you guys get them done cheap and quick. Maybe you save some money. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I mean, I love the tuxedo. Like, I love the look. I love their customer service. It's just the prices. I mean, you can't deny the difference in the resale. So I hope it does level it out. And I hope that it also brings I hope SGC has kind of woken PSA up a little bit. I mean, because when I've had SGC slabs, I've never had them come in scratched. Like, I grade all the time, and I'm getting submissions of 50 slabs. I'm getting 5 of them that have scratches right up. I mean, brand new. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe they've kind of got them to, even though they own the market now, that maybe it's got them to take it a little bit more serious, and maybe they'll both kind of help each other in that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to coexist. Yeah, I just hope they don't get like bought out and we don't see SGC or like they go away. That's my biggest fear with this whole thing. Just because I like the tuxedo look.
Yeah,
that's my personal biggest thing.
I think Danish even has a couple SGC slabs. I know he's a big PSA guy too, but
my brother has a lot of SGC slabs. I was actually at his house today. The amount of SGC slabs he has, it's a considerable amount. Because like you said, the turnaround time. It's a turnaround time.
And let's hope it helps, man. I like it. Like I said, let them run their own. So keep going. SGC.
One of my business partners that runs the show, he's literally willing to trade all his PSA for his PC, trade them away for SGC, because just for PC, he'd rather have the tuxedo. So I think that's a genius thought. Like, if that's what you like and that's what you're going to keep. And so that just shows how good. I mean, I think that says a lot. And I like PSA, but it also shows SGC doesn't need to go away. I just hope they continue to get better and they can coexist, like Gilly said.
100%. All right, going on to the next topic. So it looks like Leaf has a super interesting card that is coming out. It is a 1/1 Marilyn Monroe with a cut signature and an authentic lipstick blotch as well. So, yeah, Leaf always does like these celebrity signatures, but honestly, this is probably the biggest one I would say that they do, because for Marilyn Monroe, memorabilia wise, there's not a lot that comes out, and she definitely has a very big market as well, and it's on a card too. So I could see this selling for big money when it officially surfaces up.
Pop Century. Did it say what set it's in?
It's not Pop Century. Or what is it?
I'm not 100% sure. I just saw that the card was coming out.
It would make sense it is, but I saw the card too and I couldn't remember, but it looks slick what I saw.
Yeah, it was dope. Dope for sure. Gotta love Maryland, bro.
How can you not? How can you not? All right, on to our next topic. Blez Sports Cards. Shout out to Blez. He opened up the hottest case of Sapphire Update I've ever seen. Honestly, he might have opened up the hottest case of any card break I've ever seen in my life. So it had 95 autographs in the box.
Oh my goodness.
The autographs are supposed to be 1 per box with 10 boxes. This dude got 95 autographs out of a single case break. That is absolutely insane. Shout out to Blez. Love what he's doing there. That's just an insane case, bro.
That's a unicorn right there, bro.
That is a literal unicorn. Yeah.
And that guy hits fire, period. Like, his stuff is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. That guy hits fire, period. And he's like a cool stand-up guy. So definitely shout outs to him. All right. So for topic number 4, very interesting one here as well. The Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Matt My apologies for saying that wrong, has been wearing these baseball card themed cleats for spring training. On one side, it shows his 2023 Topps update card, and on the other side, it shows his trading card TV show, The Card Life. I was looking into it, and it seems like his show always airs on the local Valley sports networks, including Detroit, the Midwest, and Florida. And he also has a podcast as well. I honestly didn't even know somebody had a card TV show until I looked this up. That is such a sick idea, such an awesome idea. I need to look into clips of it and definitely check out his podcast as well. So shout out to him. I hope he has a great season for the Phillies. I don't have any hate towards the Phillies. I'm a Yankees fan. No hate towards the Phillies. But yeah, no, he'd definitely be something cool. He'd be something cool to have on the podcast in the near future as well, if we get there one day, hopefully.
For sure.
Hopefully. Yeah, no, but this is just awesome for the hobby, especially because it's airing on all the RSNs, all the regional sports networks. It just brings more eyes to the hobby, and more eyes to the hobby means more collectors and just more cards in general to be traded, sold, and found.
Yeah.
Turned into a patch one day like this.
I
Like
was just gonna say the same thing.
I could just see it. Like that would be nuts. I would want it.
Heck yeah, bro. That'd be
100%.
sick as hell.
Baseball,
So,
hit
you know,
parade,
Topps got his
guys.
eye on
I
him.
think you need to get hit with hit parade. See if they can figure that out. So
Yeah, we did a couple cases, man. That's some sick stuff. We had what was it number 25 Corbin Carroll gold auto out, I think, Topps Chrome, and then there was a
That's out
Aaron
50.
Judge, Aaron Judge Prism,
that's right. Yeah.
rookie auto out of Prism was sick. So yeah. So I definitely could see Topps having their eyes on this already. Like, yo, let me get those when you're done with them.
To be smart.
It would be smart, 100%. Speaking of Topps, it seems that they have forgotten to put some of the first card stamps on the rookie cards. If you're familiar with the podcast from 2 weeks ago, they were putting first card on every rookie, like the Ellie De La Cruzes and all that stuff, and it's your 101. The only way to identify these now is by actually checking the card and seeing that it says 101 on the back of the card. I believe it is the top right corner or bottom right corner. But
Bottom right.
yes, top right. So Top is offering to stamp these cards once they are found, plus an undisclosed amount of Topps credit. Shout out to Topps for making things right on this. But at the same time, Topps, it seems like every single time we are dropping something, the ball is getting dropped just somewhere, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, man. Like we've said before, these are the things that we were expecting to not have to deal with a company the size of Fanatics, right? We had the multiple superfractors issue already. Now you got this, again, these are your staple releases. This is your first series of 2024. You're really giving everybody this your first chance to get and just load up right on Ellie De La Cruz. Like, you're gonna take them in the case break. You're gonna try to hope to get 6 or 7 base, maybe some color, maybe an auto if you get lucky, and call it a day, right? In a break. I personally had to go back through like 6,000 cards to make sure that we didn't accidentally have one of them. We always keep all of our stuff in, break specific boxes. So we know when to go back, at least on the base, until we know everything's squared away. But yeah, man, another big drop. And you hyped it up like that. You didn't check with your art department to make sure that, the printing plates that you made with the first stamp on it are there. Please get it in order, man. Get it in order. Let's go.
Of course, these are the guys that have the jersey fiasco going on with see-through pants too. So I mean,
oh my God. So
Fanatics
terrible.
yeah. And of course they're blaming MLB, which is probably their fault too, but it's like one after another, it's just not going well.
Oh man, talk about the elephant in the room.
Todd said no Spectra FOTL been everywhere. We do have Spectra actually up on the page right now, and we have actually confirmation that the cases are coming tomorrow, right, Tom?
Yes, I do have shipping confirmation that it is en route, barring any shipping delays with the carrier, but there was massive delays. I will go into it when we get into the Spectra first look, but there's some massive shipping delays for pretty much everything from the Midwest to the East Coast. So some of the West Coast stuff guys will get their stuff in time, but a lot of people on the Midwest and East Coast will probably not be getting their cases tomorrow, more than likely Saturday or Monday, depending on what they can figure out with UPS. But yeah.
All right, so on to topic 6. On February 24th, a sealed 16-box case of 1979 to 1980 Peachy hockey cards sold at auction for a little over $3.7 million. The original retail price on the case was $153.60. So this is officially the all-time high record of any sealed sports card box in general, and it is the second highest sale of any hockey memorabilia cards, all that, of all time. The only thing that is higher is a PSA 10 Wayne Gretzky rookie card. And you want to know what's in this case? Wayne Gretzky rookie card. So that's the reason why it's sold for that. It makes sense. Hopefully the person that bought this, they could find themselves a Gretzky or two, and hopefully they grade 10. Hopefully they can grade 10.
Yep. Yeah. So they were saying like the pack odds, I think it's like a 400 card set. There's roughly 12,000 cards in the box. You should be able to net yourself somewhere between 20 and 30 Gretzky rookies, right? You just need one of them to 10, baby. You just need one of them to 10. So yeah,
I mean, even get 8 or 9, you should be probably sitting pretty good too on a couple of them.
There's a lot. Well, the 9s and 8s and 9s is a big drop off because there is a lot of those.
As a real, I want that pop control.
Yeah, high pop. But the 10s, I think there's only 10 known in existence in PSA 10. So yeah, you really want the 10. Could you get your money back in a handful of 9s and 8s? Probably. 3.6 million. I think the Gretzky sold for what, 4.3 or something like that. That's why it's still ahead. But yeah, I mean, that's wild, man. I've cleaned out, my grandparents have passed away, and I clean out their attic hoping for some stuff like this. I get some old canned soup from the 1970s and a suitcase from the 50s, and that's all we find up there.
Todd Messer said best hockey player ever. Then Todd Messer said Nolan Ryan the best pitcher ever. How Nolan Ryan does not have a Cy Young is absolutely criminal.
Yes.
Blasphemous. Is blasphemous. All right, so on to our next topic. On February 24th as well, Topps held their Topps Rip Nights all across the country at your local card shows. And the turnouts were insane. And all these celebrities and athletes made local appearances at the card shops, which was Tom Brady, Meek Mill, Ronald Acuna Jr., DeMar Hamlin, OBJ, Will Levis, Robert Kraft, Michael Harris, Bryce Young, Steve Aoki, who also breaks 2, shout out to Cake Breaks, and even Kevin Durant. That is an insane turnaround. You have KD and Tom Brady and Robert Kraft. Just those 3 names there alone are insane, man. And they're bringing so much attention and eyes to the hobby. I feel like the hobby is like at this turning point, like right on the, it got big in 2020. Don't get me wrong, it really big, but I feel like we're right at the cusp of it really propelling to like the biggest it's ever been, and just gonna keep going and going and going and going. I feel like it's right there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom?
No, I agree. A lot of people talking bullish market, so I definitely see the upside potential. We got another really, really solid draft class coming for NBA and MLB and NFL again for 2024. So yeah, man, I'm super excited. These Topps Rip Nights, things like that. It was so funny. I saw the video of Brady, and it's like everything in his box is Randy Moss. Like, I was dying when I saw that. He's like, "You want to see what I got? It's Randy Moss and a Randy Moss." I'm like, "You guys never played together. Where's your Gronk rookies, bro? Like, that's your boy. Where's yours?"
He didn't play. Wait, what are you talking about? He didn't play Randy.
Huh? Oh, that's right. What am I talking about? I'm such an idiot. Yeah.
18-1.
Yeah. 18-1.
18-1. 18-1. So Nathan, what do you think about the Topps Rip Nights, Nathan?
I mean, listen, we just got done saying the Fanatics dropped the ball and all these other things, but that's a great idea. I mean, and it just shows like to me, to see these athletes come out and be there too, I mean, that just says a lot for the sport too, not just the hobby, but also, like Kevin Durant, like, I mean, he's gone through, ever since he left OKC, he's, left several teams, he's had to hear a lot of it, the burner accounts and all this stuff is, so to go out and spend time with people, I think it's good for people like that too. It shows that even the athletes, I think, care. Of course, they're getting paid too, but I mean, I just think it's good for everybody, good for the sport, good for the hobby, great for kids.
Yeah, I know Katie actually collects some of his own rookie cards too. I remember seeing that correctly. All right.
And Todd in the comments said, Mets farm game is coming. Where's Chris to back me? LOL. Hit him in the DMs, Todd. I'm sure he'll be right with you, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. So on to the next topic. The final sale of the horizontal PSA 10 CJ Stroud Green Kaboom has ended up selling for $37,200. This makes this the highest CJ Stroud card ever sold until now. It's not the true Kaboom, it's the horizontal, which hurts it in price. But as a PSA 10, 37,000, I think it's because a lot of stuff's been selling a lot. We apparently might be in a bull market again. That is our main topic of the bull market. But yeah, I think this guy might have missed his mark by a couple of weeks, or maybe he should have sold in August or something, because I think he should have gotten more than 37.2 on this card, in my personal opinion.
Agreed. Yeah, totally agree. Like you said, the vertical, the horizontal compared to the vertical, of course, is going to hurt the value. But yeah, bro, if the moves that the Texans are talking about making right now, like, come to fruition, if Saquon goes to the Texans, like, bro, they're going to be a problem next year. Like, they were
heard that Chris Jones.
Yeah. The best, Danny Danish says, man. They're talking about possibly getting Calvin Ridley. Like, bro, you give him that many weapons. I'm a Browns fan. They crushed our souls in the playoffs. But man, that kid's an athlete, bro. Like, is Stroud the next Mahomes and Brady? Jury's still out a little bit, but I think people are starting to definitely lean that way. The kid's a stud, and if this team gets any better, yeah, bro.
Funny
people paid
$100,000
for a Black Finite 1/1 Mac Jones on the cusp. Then, right? This card should be, if there's that much nuttiness in people, this card should be around that range if we're in a bull market. So we're gonna get to that part too. What about you, Nate? What do you think?
That's exactly what I was, as you were talking, I'm thinking if Mac Jones, because you look at a lot of guys, I mean, the Wemby's make sense, the Stroud, even a Caitlin Clark right now with all this stuff. But when you look at some of the ones that go so high, that's the one that I'm like, how are these guys? They should be top of the top. And I'd have no problem with this card at some point, 50,000 plus. I mean, you're right. The vertical would be even cooler, but I would take this. I mean, I would love to hit that. So that'd be a great card to hit. So yeah, I mean, I just think Stroud, the sky's the limit. They get Saquon or any other running back. And I mean, what they get Derrick Henry, you never know. So yeah, I think it's just going to keep going up, and it's crazy.
Yeah, you a buyer on this one at 37K, Danish, on the vertical or the horizontal 1/1 Stroud Kaboom, 37K. You think that's high?
100%.
I'd pay that.
Potential.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
He's already a top 10 quarterback in the league. I'd pay that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if this goes for 50, then you probably can expect the vertical to go from 75 to 100 all day, especially if it's gems.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, so it's on video, and this is either going to be in a couple of years look like a bad take or a great take. I would buy CJ Stroud over, oh my God, what's his name? Caleb Williams. I would buy any CJ Stroud card
all day
or Caleb Williams rookie cards when they all. I don't like Caleb Williams.
No.
I Stroud over Caleb, because I know Caleb's going to be in the next class. I will buy anything Stroud. Would not touch Caleb. I know it's going to be a big topic next year of what people are going to talk about, what you should buy. I think CJ Stroud all day, in my personal opinion.
Agreed.
All right.
Totally
So
agree.
on to our next topic. There's been rumors floating around. Well, not even rumors. It's a fact that this has happened with multiple boxes. There's been a lot of boxes of NBA Prism with no autos in them. and Panini has yet to make a statement on this as of today. It's I know they say quote unquote on average two, but how are you gonna drop this many boxes with no autos? It's just I don't get it. It's like they're Panini is on its last legs, obviously, as a company trying to keep things alive. But them doing stuff like this, especially in like legal standpoint and all that, they could like go back to it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
Yeah, as somebody that participates in breaks often, Nate, like if your first one or two breaks, this happens to you, like where's your head gonna go? You're like, I might just wait for retail, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like we were just saying earlier off air, like now with the way the products were, a lot of your main guys don't even have autos anyway. I mean, so you're really banking on any kind of auto you can get. I mean, if you go to, I go for Detroit a lot of times because you're going to get maybe Hendon Hooker or a Gibbs, and now all of a sudden you don't hit any of that. Yeah, that would, especially at the prices that you guys have to charge. I mean, and if I was a breaker like you guys, and then that didn't pull, man, I'd be hot. I couldn't imagine. So
I've had 2 boxes in 4 years that were either short an auto, and I've had 2 boxes short one auto that was supposed to have two, and I've had 1 box that was supposed to have autos and it had nothing once. So yeah, it's rare, but yeah, this was kind of a pandemic. Like I know of at least 3 or 4 breakers that I know that had at least a box with 1 or 0. So it's a little more rampant than just a spot check. But yeah, no.
I mean, I'll even say the Topps Chrome craze a couple years ago with Julio and Bobby Witt and all that. I spent way too much. Like I went nuts trying to get those SSPs, right? Like, and when they didn't have, I mean, after about a week and everyone's saying they still haven't hit it, I felt sick. Like I was like, oh my, I just threw away. I mean, I'm not going to say I threw away too much. So like, I can't imagine with autos, it would be that same feeling. Like it would just, it wouldn't be good.
Yeah. We actually have some breaking news. It kind of seems like here from Todd in the comments. Apparently Spectra FOTL. There's a lot of the boxes are double autos of the same player.
Oh
That's disappointing. And honestly, I was looking at some FOTL cards with Spectra, which usually with the FOTL with Spectra, you're getting sick patches. Everything I saw on eBay, I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed one bit.
Yeah. Not for the double price, for sure.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, so on to our next topic, and this is a crazy ass topic. DA Carworld has announced his latest bounty. The Connor Bedard 1/1 Outburst Gold Young Guns has a $1 million bounty on it. I don't know much about hockey. I was with my brother before. He educated me on this a little bit. He's basically told me he's going to be good because I was looking at like the stats. I don't really know hockey stats.
He's unreal.
Yeah, I've been hearing like he's unreal and all this. So whoever gets this card, bro, that's going to be insane. And also, I saw something on Facebook that some guy, don't know his name, he pulled a Connor Bedard Young Guns base, and this card's been selling for about 700 to 950, depending where you're getting your cards from, time sold and all that. This guy, his LCS, what they said was, oh yeah, you pulled a Connor Bedard, we'll give you 1 box, only 1 box of the Series 2. And, he took the box and he didn't pull another one. So that sucks for that guy, but specifically to that LCS, you're going to offer only 1 box for that card when they're retailing for $300 and this card's almost $1,000 card. First of all, you should have given the dude 2 or 3 boxes, for the card. And that's just not right. To that LCS, man, that's just not right. I hope that the game gains a lot of notoriety and people don't go there, honestly, because that's just not right, man. That's really not right. That doesn't sit right with me.
Agreed, man. Like, and this Series 2, this is like your top Series 2, but for hockey, right? It's not really a very high-end product. It's more of a paper.
You're just looking for Young Guns. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So, the retail on these boxes has always been about 100 to about 150. I think even during the what was the guy 2 years ago? I can't remember, but those boxes still about $125 to $150 box. So
yeah.
I know we were trying to get one. We had a decent price. I talked to somebody, and then like literally when this bounty got released, he was like, "Nah, bro, I can't sell it to you for that anymore. Sorry." Like we don't ever do hockey, but I was gonna bring hockey out for this, and then it was like he's like, "Nah, man, I can't do it. Sorry." But fun rip, ton of cards. If you like ripping hockey, and get yourself some young guns, man. Maybe get yourself some life changing money instead of just situation changing money with that $1 million bounty.
My brother said it was Caulfield 2 years ago.
Caulfield.
Yeah, Caulfield. All right, so for topic 11, Topps has launched a main event buyback for UFC 300, where they will be buying back whoever wins the main event of UFC 300. So it's Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill for the light heavyweight championship belt at UFC 300. That is going to be next month. That fight is going to be an absolute banger. I'm a big Jamal Hill fan myself. Do I think he gets it done against Alex? I don't know, but the base cards are going to net you back $20. Any numbered cards or parallels and stuff like that's going to get you from the range of 40 to 200. So it works like the Topps MVP buyback, where if you get these cards, you just go to your local LCS, they'll give you credit towards it, and you can buy whatever at your participating LCS if they are participating in it.
You ripping a UFC, Nate?
Well, I have never once ripped the UFC. That's one thing that's not really my thing. I mean, I know there's money in it, and I know, but I may have to, and you guys will have to tell me if I got anything in it.
Gilly's our UFC.
Okay, I'll be messaging you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look through my pack and let me know. But yeah, I mean, that'll get people interested. I mean, maybe it'll get people like me to check it out, because like I said, I have no idea.
Todd asked, "Is Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul?"
Yeah, that's actually confirmed.
That's actually confirmed.
Whoa.
That's actually confirmed.
Yeah, I woke up. My brother sent it to me. I woke up. My brother sent it to me. Crazier part is this is going to be streamed live on Netflix. And the crazier part is it's happening in the Cowboys Stadium. That is insane.
I'll watch it.
I'm watching it too, bro. I have to.
Yeah.
What a
I grew
great
up in the
venue.
Tyson era. I did watch boxing.
bro.
I don't care if he's 70 years old. I'd be scared to death if I had to get in a ring with that guy. He's still nuts.
Yo, he can still throw.
So
He can.
growing up, man, Tyson's training facility is 15 minutes from where I grew up, bro. I bumped into him once or twice at like the grocery store
Oh man.
when I was growing up as a kid. Like this was like right before he got really, really big. But this is like the house that he had literally was for sale. It had like the leopard print carpets. Like it was insane. And it was like on a 5-acre lot and no fence. And there was the house. And then like another, I don't know, 500-foot walk from the house was this huge pole barn that was his training facility that he trained at, man. But yeah, bro. Like I hope he comes out to the same song that he punched what's his face in Hangover, that do and just knocks him out, bro.
Yeah.
Knock him out, Mike.
Do we
That would
think
be
that
hilarious.
Netflix is gonna? I think Netflix is gonna go down during this. Their servers are gonna be overloaded, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. Yeah, definitely watching that. Definitely watching that.
Oh, 100%. All right, into our last topic of the night, and in my personal opinion, I think the most important and monumental topic of the night. Caitlin Clark has officially signed a trading card and memorabilia deal with Panini. This is a very big moment in the hobby and a very big moment for women in general. This is Panini's first exclusive women's sports athlete. Shout out to Caitlin Clark for breaking out all the barriers. Shout out to Caitlin Clark for beating Pistol Pete's scoring record. She's an absolute baller. She already declared herself for the draft. I already know the Indiana Fever have like sold out of their season tickets. Caitlin Clark is going to be a very hot chase next year. She already is. The sky's the limit for this girl. I really hope that a lot more people get in tune with women's basketball in general and the WNBA. The WNBA, honestly, is a great product of basketball to watch if you just want to watch, pure basketball, because the NBA in the last couple of years, I'm going to be honest, has gotten a little bit soft, but WNBA, man, they let them play, and it's just great fundamental basketball.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Shout out. Great, great career in college, bro. I know there was some rumors for a minute that she was going to talk about trying to get drafted into the NBA. You know, that would be some life-changing stuff. People start really watching the NBA then, and then especially that, then I think it would get more people interested in WNBA. But yeah, man, that's dope. It's always cool to see these generational talents, right? Like she's gonna probably go if she plays as good as she does in college, she's probably gonna go down as one of the greatest WNBA players, right down there with was it Lisa Lopez? You know, all those
Yeah,
all
Lisa
those
Lopez, Lisa Leslie. I got to brush
Lisa
up on
Leslie,
that
bro.
WNBA
I'm
now.
just it's been a long
Lisa
day of work, bro.
Leslie, Sue Bird. Come
It's
on,
close.
man. Those are
Yeah,
legends right there.
yeah. I know we pulled a Leslie on it the one time we did the WNBA break. Yeah. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we might
man.
have to get some WNBA boxes.
My
Yes, for
favorite thing,
sure, bro.
though,
I think we will next year for sure,
my
especially with the
favorite
Panini
thing was how
Association.
she broke the first record, though. Like, when she broke the girl scoring record, like she's almost a half court. Like,
Yep.
I mean, it's insane. Like, I love to see the shooting, like you said, Gilly, the fundamentals, because NBA is just fundamentals have been gone. Like they can shoot, man, and that's I think it's great for her, great for the for women, and I hope to see WNBA get paid more because I mean you've probably seen the salary she's going to make. Her endorsements are going to be what makes her money because she's getting paid like
Yep,
$76,000 to be the number one pick. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
it's asinine.
And then what was it? Where was I going with this? Yeah, never mind. Keep going. I forgot what I was going to say. I ruined the whole segment right there. My bad.
Yeah, no. All right, so I guess if we ruin that segment because Tom
Oh,
clearly had
that's
a
what it
long
was.
day at work.
It sucked that when she broke the all-time scoring record, it was free throws. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, no, I know they interviewed her at halftime, and she was like, I think she said something along the lines of like, "Are we winning? Like, I only care about winning," or something like
Right.
that. Baller, gangsta. All right, so into our main topic. Shout out to Eric Whiteback because he put this information out for us to read. Are we back in a bull market? I'm going to be reading his exact tweet. There were some massive sales last night, and this was on March 4th. A Kobe Bryant game worn jersey that sold for $337,000 in 2021 sold for $915,000. A 52 Topps Mickey Mantle SGC 5 sold for $135,000. The last sale in November was just $56,000. But the most impressive is all-time record sales for the following players. Paolo Banchero cleared $158,612. The previous record was $36,000 on the dot. Kode Senga was $17,080. His previous record was $49.95, which I'm pretty sure was a Topps debut patch. And Sean Taylor, which is actually very interesting, R.I.P. Sean Taylor, 21,961. The previous record was just under 5,000 at $4,999. There are several other players who also set all-time records. In an old MLB debut patch record sale was more than doubled. All these sales were on Golden. In the last indexes for card ladder that exists, last 30, only 2 of them were positive order last year, 4 are positive order the last 6 months, 9 are positive in the last 3 months, 14 are positive in the last month, and now 18 are positive in the last week. Undoubtedly, collectible prices are somewhat tied to stock and crypto markets. They're both pumping right now. So we're back in another bull market. Where do we think that the card and collectible prices will be in another 6 to 12 months? Yeah, I see everything with the crypto market, especially. They're trying to pump up Dogecoin. I see everything starting to come back on the resurgence, which is cool. But is this going to be long-term sustainable? We're going to see. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the election, how the economy is going to be. And honestly, it's also tax time too. So some people are getting money back. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of inflated prices there as well. To me, it's just very interesting that this is the time that everything is selling for a high point. Because I was at my brother's house before and he had some low to mid tier level stuff. Nothing too crazy, He had some, $20 cards, but he also had cards that are like $1,000. So I was like checking the comps, but it doesn't seem like the low to mid end is really getting affected by this right now. It's really just the higher end stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple ways this could be being played too. Like, I work primarily in finance is my regular job. And, you know, collectibles, artwork, things like that is, you know, ways that people use to move money, right? So a lot of people could be taking this crypto money, they're investing in crypto, trying to, you know, almost inflate the market on their own, right? You know, with the whole Reddit thing with GameStop was all like people forcing the market on their own hands, right? So I think a lot of people are saying, all right, well, it's only going to take one of these coins and somebody really forcing their hand on the market to be able to kind of jump this up to where I can cash out, right? And then again, Bitcoin's on its way back up again. You know, Bitcoin is of all the coins,
It just reached an all-time high.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Bitcoin's got the best chance of becoming something fully legitimate, where it's actually being used, you know, widely instead of just in a smaller, you know, circle. And, you know, at the same time, people are looking at cards and going, all right, cool. Well, if these people are making millions of dollars on this, maybe they'll spend millions of dollars on this, the collectibles, because right, you get 100 grand from 100 grand from Bitcoin. That's income. Oh, I invested in a card. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have the money anymore because it's gone. You spent it on something else. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be a numbers game as the long-term play. And if it is, then this isn't sustainable. But if it's a resurgence in the market, which I like, you see people really getting a little bit more excited, I think, too. Like for your big chases, your Strouds, your Richardsons, for that, the Palo stuff from last year, the Wemby stuff right now is off the chain. I think base rookies are selling for like what? Still like base Prism rookies are still $150. Like, you know, and they start getting into the silvers, the PSA 10s, 2-3 grand, silver base $1,000. You know, so do we have some generational talent that's why people are getting super excited? Yeah, there's that too. So, you know, let's hope that and you know, the prices had kind of tapered off on basketball a little bit, right? They were really high for the 1920 for Ja, and then, you know, really high again for LaMelo. And then by the time it was time for the guys in 2022, it was like, all right, like I've had enough. Like I got beat up too bad on these guys losing value. You can't sustain these box prices. You got to do something. So people started slowing down, and the box prices came back down. And even Prism this year, like this probably would have been a $1,500 box if you know, Panini was being greedy like they were a couple of years ago, but it came out at like a G. So it was a little more affordable, and people were like, all right, cool. You know, shout out to them putting the retail out like 6 weeks prior to the hobby, like duh. But you know, that kind of I think hurt the hobby market. Like I think you probably would have been getting $2 grand raw if we would have not had the hobby out or the retail out first. That's for sure. But I don't know. What do you think, Nate? You're big. This is your job, right? This is your Cardcierge. You're buying and selling. Like, what do you think? You think we're in a bull market, or you think it's just kind of a little blip?
No, I mean, I think it's going to last for a while. I mean, I don't think it's just a total blip. I mean, the talent we're having come out all at once is, you know, I mean, like we said, Bedard, Caitlin Clark just broke the record, Wemby, Stroud. I mean, Stroud keeping his value this long into the offseason, right? But so that stuff may shift, but I just think a lot of it is the creativity. Like I'll just like this here, I picked this up. It's the Monopoly Gold Shimmer. Like the Prism, while the Prism was going off, you know, and I couldn't afford necessarily get into some of that. I just started getting Monopoly. And, you know, so I think it's just the creativity that they're having. Kids, you know, it's getting kids into the color parallels. And so I think it's the players along with the product. I think when you're seeing like the Tops Night and all the way that they're getting the family involved, I think that'll help, because it's not just certain collectors. You got kids. I mean, when I was at the National last summer, I mean, there was 15-year-old kids walking around with 3 and 4 G's in their hand. I mean, it was unreal. They had more money than I did. and so it's like, I think it's created such a great market for young collectors too. So I think you're seeing a lot more money spent that way. And then, like I said, all the talent that keeps coming out, and this year's draft class is going to be nuts for football. So, I mean, I'd say
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I am too. And like you said, others might chase Caleb Williams. There's others I'm going to go. I mean, I want to go after Harrison, man. I mean,
Bo Nix,
yeah.
Jaden Daniels for me.
Big Jaden Daniels.
Big Jaden Daniels. Big Jaden Daniels. I'm going to be really trying to get into him, and him probably Neighbors. I like that. I like the Rome dude from Washington too. Yeah, no, there's a lot. And you know, you're gonna have like your quarterback stuff fall in the second, third round. Like
right.
All this JJ McCarthy hype, I similar to Will Levis hype. I think he might get scooped up at the end of the first round. I don't see him going top 10, but somebody like that going
Right.
second, third round, I would definitely stock up on his rookie cards if they're at affordable pricing as all that. So
I'll tell you a guy, Xavier Worthy just broke the combine record with a 4.21. Did you see that last week?
Yo,
From
yeah.
Texas. And that guy was already a stud. Like he already was like, borderline late first rounder. So I mean and he's probably the fourth best wide receiver. So I think, even though quarterbacks always have the most value, there's a lot of good wide receiver running backs. I think when you see the free agents, just switching teams is going to be exciting. So yeah, I mean, this is a fun time to be a collector. It's a fun time to be a guy who does have a business teaching people the hobby. And it's just, I think it's just good for everybody right now. We'll see, but
I get behind that for sure. It's more of like the long-term play, right? It's just like with buying stocks with cards. You're going to have the ups and the downs. I thought the COVID bubble was big, and we all knew that. And then right after it, was like the rug got ripped out from underneath everybody, right? It was like a 70% drop. So then I thought we were definitely in a bear market then. It was like that's when we should have been swallowing stuff up, right? You're a Green Bay fan, bro. Up until he got picked as the starter, bro, you were getting love autos for 50, 60, 70 bucks, like
easy
all day long. And now, that's a $300, $400, $500 card, even for like a base prism auto now. So it's all about timing. If you got some stuff that you've been bulking up and holding, it might be a great time to sell for sure.
Right.
Little high to buy, but again, that makes breaks more fun, right? Now you can spread your net a lot wider and try to take, a bunch of teams for the price you would have spent on a single box, and try to make your ROI on bulk, and if not bulk, then your big stuff that you get the PC. So I think it's going to help breaks in general too if this is a bear market, because the retailers like Panini, Tops, all them, they're going to see the writing on the wall, and then the box prices are just going to get more expensive. They're going to try to get what they can out of their end before we get what we get out of our end, which is always sucky. But
I do think it helps graders too. Like I'm a big grader, so like Love, you're right. The autos went way up, but you can still get a lot of his like optic rainbow type stuff. You can still get for 20, 30, 40 bucks. So I bought one for 10 bucks in January. Like I bought a pink optic. I sent it off. I got a 10. And it came back at a $150 card. And, I want to PC those cards, but a guy walked up and offered me $500 in cash and trade for four of my optic loves. I'm like, okay. So it's like, to me, that's where the money also is that if you're a person willing to grade and you can go out and find good deals, like Justin Fields right now, I'll tell you, that's a guy that I want to scoop up this spring. Because if he goes to Atlanta with those weapons, you can get his stuff for $10 to $30. His autos are still high. But you can get his color parallels and then grade that stuff. And so I think it's also good in that way. Like that's where a lot of kind of almost easy money, if you're willing to put in the money to invest in grading and stuff like that too. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a big part of next year's draft too, that's also going to be, in my opinion, a big part of it is who is signing to Fanatics, who is signing to Panini. That's going to be the big thing there, in my personal opinion.
He's no exclusive, bro. Let everybody have them. Let them get paid from both sides.
Yeah.
Like, you give us this year. You took this one from us. Let us have the next one.
I'm already marking out Caleb Williams as a Fanatics exclusive. I know nothing's announced, but Caleb seems to like his money. I'm just assuming he's a Fanatics exclusive at this point. So
unless Panini ponies up for sure.
I mean, they ponied up for Cameron Clark, so we shall see. All right, but we're going to get into our top 5 cards of the week, and then we're going to head on out of here because I think Flawless is close to being closed, so we can get that rip for you. All right, so at number 5, we have the Anthony Richardson Dress for Success Redemption Rookies and Stars. This is an RPA. Absolute sick card. Shout out to Steven for hitting that. Real cool guy. And then at number 4 is actually Nathan's, the 2022 Don Russ, Josh Allen Downtown PSA 10. Yeah! Yeah, no, definitely sick for sure. Any downtown that's a 10 is huge because I've graded downtowns. Tom's graded downtowns. Danny graded Zach Wilson downtown. I had to mention that. And every single downtown we have graded has always been a 9. It is hard to get 10s in the downtown. So yeah, pretty big card here, but it's just the cards in front of it, man. Insane. We have like at number 3 is a 101 National Treasures Ted Lyons Legendary Materials. This is a 101 triple swatch, game worn, game used from like the 1920s or 30s. I forget exactly what it was. It's just an insanely sick card, man. And at number 2, we have the out of 10 Ellie De La Cruz National Treasures RPA. Anything Ellie, obviously sick. Shout out to JC for hitting that one. Absolute insane banger. But at number 1, biggest card of the week, the Wemby Silver Prism. Shout out to Taylor for getting that off of like a Pico or a Mini or something.
All the way off of Nano, bro. Nano
Crazy.
all the way off of Nano. This is literally $1,000 card raw, which is absolutely nuts to think about.
And bro,
And
it
this
is
10
nutty perfect, bro. Like there's like with the specs you're seeing are all on the top loader, man. That card is clean. Clean.
That card is absolutely disgusting. All right, so that's gonna wrap up our episode of Beyond the Breaks. Like I said before, if you have not checked out the Cardcierge or Nathan, hit him up. Great guy. We'll have all of his links down in the bio if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, leave us a like, comment, subscribe, come join the group. Real fun community over here. And yeah, to all of our Facebook fam, like I said, check them out. And thank you guys. We can't do this without every single one of you. From me, from Tom, from Danny, and from Nathan. Have a great rest of your night, guys.
See you guys. Have a good one.